What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's going on with Tesla and just a couple of other tickers, talk about why tomorrow is going to be a very important day as we have FOMC, and break down some new pieces of news coming out for Tesla as we have an FSD beta update with new features which are very important for users, and also some headlines coming out about Tesla and other factors. But before I say anything about all this information and talk about Tesla stock very, very quickly, let me just mention that I am not a financial planner, so take none of this as financial advice. And don't forget about the Webull link. The offer ends very soon in just about 8 days. If you deposit any amount of money into the account, you are guaranteed up to 12 free stocks. So check it out before they run out. Anyways, let's talk about Tesla. It was up 0.46% for the day as we expected some upside. And let me just briefly mention we have a bullish wedge developing, so there could be a little pop when we open. One more little pop in an attempt to get above this 200 EMA at 267. Watch for a little pop, then for this thing to drop and trade very, very sideways and flat as we approach the rate hike decision for tomorrow. Remember, we have two things coming out tomorrow. We have the rate hike decision at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. That's going to be when the Fed announces whether or not if they're going to pause or not. According to the Fed Watch tool, they're most likely going to just not really give us any hike, but there could be future hikes in the future for the next month or two during the next FOMC meetings. So you have to be open-minded nonetheless. So the decision comes out first. Then at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, we have the rate hike decision. We have the press conference at 2:30 p.m. Sorry about that, guys. So at 2 p.m. we have the rate hike decision, and at 2:30 p.m. we have the press conference meeting when Jerome Powell gives his speech. That's going to be very, very important. All right. So when that happens, here's how I think Tesla's going to move. We get a little pop when we open to about maybe 270, if not 267.5. Then we come back down and trade sideways, and it's very boring. The decision comes out that the Fed is not going to raise rates, which is most likely going to be the case, according to all the data we have. We get one more pump on Tesla thanks to that into the 270 area. Then we come back down. Then it comes all down to Jerome Powell's speech. If he pumps the markets, we're going to see Tesla hit the 270s. If he gives us the rug pull, it's going to start sinking towards 260, if not 257. It all depends on Powell. For the market for tomorrow, we could see a little pop towards 444 on SPY, a little drop in sideways price action, very boring sideways price action for a couple of hours. Then we may see, as soon as the rate hike decision comes, a little pop to 445, another rejection. Then it's going to be time for Jerome Powell's speech at the Fed conference. If Powell pumps the markets, we could see SPY get up to the 446s. If not, we're going to see a rug pull back down to 440 or less. For Aapl, it's the same thing. Watch 180 to be tested as soon as we open, then a drop towards the 178s for sideways price action. A little pop with the rate hike decision back to 180, a drop. Then Powell's speech will come. If he pumps us, 181 is possible. If he drops us, 177 is also a possibility. For the QQQ, same thing, sideways price action, a little pop when we open. Then it's just going to remain very sideways and flat for most of the day. Then we have the decision. That's going to cause maybe a little pop to 372, then a rejection. Then after all of that, we have Powell's speech. If Powell pumps us, I could see 374 plus. If Powell gives us the rug pull, 366 or less will come. Last but not least, for Nvda, it's the same thing. Look for a little pop for 437 to 440, a little drop and then sideways price action. Then the decision comes out. When it comes out, 442 could be tested. If not, 446, then a rejection, sideways price action. Then we have Jerome Powell's speech coming later on at 2:30 p.m. If Powell pumps us, 450 plus is possible. If he gives us the rug pull, we could drop a lot lower. Anyways, that's basically my very, very brief update on these stocks. Now let's talk about the news for Tesla. I just wanted to remind you all we have FOMC for tomorrow. Now that's going to be the very big news for the whole market for tomorrow, but I now want to talk about this. We have some news that came out that some Tesla Model Y owners have returned to gas-powered SUVs. Now, despite this news, I just want to remind you all that it's not really the end of the world. Tesla has the highest brand loyalty amongst the US automakers. There's still almost 2 million reservations for the Cybertruck, and it's still very popular. Tesla also has the highest electric Model Y overall loyalty rate. That's actually higher than that of the Ford Mach-E and many others and its predecessors. So it just goes to show that Teslas are still very, very popular, even though there are some people that prefer gas-powered cars, which is completely understandable because people have the right to have their opinions. But always remember a couple of other factors, such as the fact that gas is not going to last forever. Tesla has a very, very bright future nonetheless. The brand loyalty is still very strong, and we have lots of orders for the new Model Y updates, not to mention more pre-orders coming out for the Cybertruck with so many millions of reservations. It's still very powerful. It's still very great. Don't let pieces of news like this scare you. Now we have the FSD beta new update that just came out, and we have a lot of new features, lots of new customizable features for different people. So we have the new beta. This is the 11.4.7.1, if you want to go that route. Pretty funny. This is the new version that's come out for the FSD beta, and they also have another software update that came out as a result of that. Now, this is going to give more and more updates for them, such as new features when it comes to customizable fonts and stuff like that, support for their Bluetooth game controllers, and other things like that. So we have some specific ones right here. You can now refresh your data sharing settings, which is pretty cool. If anything, you could just go to controls, software, data sharing. You can refresh everything like that. Track mode is now something that they've updated. So with track mode, you could basically reach a top speed of 200 miles per hour when the optimal track pack is installed. You can monitor the vehicle's health at a glance with the updated visuals and the instrument panel, which is actually so much more useful in my opinion. And then you could also extract maximum track performance with adaptive suspensions, torque vectoring, and other traction controls, which are very, very awesome. What other car could do that? Very few of them are able to do that. With phone call controls, you can control your car's uh, phone calls from the steering wheel, and you can use the left scroll button to answer decline calls. Text sizes could be adjusted as well. You could customize your scroll wheel customization, which is very cool too. And there are many other new controls for people to search and other things like this. Even your chime sounds could like shift, which is so cool. I just think it's very awesome because you can customize your Tesla how you want, and then you can even save these customizable features, at least for some of them, maybe not everything specifically, but most of the features for sure. And there's also like potential voice recognition language that could be used. You could use British English, which is now available, and you could use this once again for many different things. You could also get to know your Tesla with new driving profiles using the phone key, and then this could allow them people to get more experience. So very, very cool stuff. You could even rename it. There are new parking visuals that came out. They improved their cameras just a couple of days ago. New navigation functions. You could favoritize certain songs. I mean, there are just so many really, really cool features. Even air suspension adjustments you can see like right over here. So many cool things. This is so awesome in my opinion. They have new theater icons. It's just amazing. There's so many new updates that came out. And with all of these improvements to the services that already existed and new ones coming out, I just think it's great news for them. Anyways, last but not least, there's more talk about how Toyota has revealed the next gen EV production line is trying to play catch up with Tesla, and that's completely fine because remember, Tesla's goal is to try to help other EVs at the same time to help increase the capabilities and the advancements, of Tesla's overall growth, the advancements of EV as a general, function and a replacement for fossil fuels, and it's all part of Tesla's vision. So Tesla was in charge; it's way ahead of its other competitors, and now there are other companies trying to play catch up, like Toyota. That is honestly my opinion, and I think that Tesla's done a great job, and they are still becoming more and more accepted. Now, with EVs becoming this big, with even Toyota joining in, I think it's just great for them. And if Toyota has more of these EVs, they may even start adapting Tesla's chargers and doing things like that. We already saw Honda join in, and this is just once again very, very great news for Tesla. So Tesla's still on top of the line. They're doing very, very well. Gigacasting should be coming out soon. We're going to be watching to see if that ends up being the case once it's officially confirmed, and that's just going to be more bullish for Tesla. Anyways, we're going to be watching the FOMC meeting for tomorrow, and that's what I have for this video. So I thank you all so much for listening. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you, and peace out.